offering a large variety of floor and wall tiles at very competitive prices. Builders Paradise has over 2 million pieces in stock, lots of different styles to choose from. Whether you're renovating or tiling a new house, Builders Paradise has what you need. Wow! Oh, and remember, we're open all day Saturday to serve you better. This is something that you can't refuse. Visit Builders Paradise today at the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Site in St. Kitts or call them at 466-4938.
Good evening. This evening I'm in the hot seat, and as always, anytime I'm in the hot seat, it means that our great host, Edric Herbert, might be somewhere in Germany, or who knows where he is at this point in time. However, wherever you are, enjoy yourselves, and we will pick up the load where you have left off. This evening, I will introduce two young ladies, beautiful young ladies as they are, to the listening audience. And let me say greetings to all avid listeners, not only here in St. Kitts but also in Nevis, throughout the Caribbean Basin, and maybe further afield. I'm going to introduce to you two, again, I don't want to be too repetitious, beautiful young ladies, Joy Dorr and Mylin Botts. They are co-partners,
yes,
of Epic brand. Seemingly, it's a herbal, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not going too far. Herbal products.
It is.
But at the same time, they're supposed to give you a rundown as to what benefits, health benefits, would be derived from these products. So without further ado, let me introduce Joy Michael Dorr. Mrs. Dorr.
Yes.
Good evening, welcome to the program.
Good evening. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for having us at such a short notice. So when you see our host today, really, you might say he having hard time. Yes, because it was really a short notice. And we want to thank the entire organization for having us, especially during the times that we are, upon us, time like Music Fest, the Culturama preparation, and of course the political season. So tonight my team and I are here to sensitize the federation of our company's existence and offerings. So BAPIC is an internet-based network marketing company based in Utah. I hear a lot of people ask me, tell us about the company. They are based in Utah, United States of America. It is like most companies that all of us may be familiar with that are engaged in health, I always say, and weight loss. BAPIC and its affiliate company, like we imagine together with L'Oreal Life, these in products that promote proper health and weight management and better immune defense. What a special time to introduce our company. These include, but not limited to, some of the products I'm going to be talking about, as we go. Please be advised before we continue that in all that we'll be discussing tonight, we make no medical claim to anything. Neither will we be suggesting that our products can cure or prevent any disease. You are always advised to consult with your physician for health advice. So please remember that. Right? It is interesting to know and announce that these items originate out of and are available in the United States and also available in all major countries of the world, like Europe, Asia, Russia, and former Soviet Union, Africa, also Central America, and Canada. Now, praise God, here in the Caribbean. Right? So, there are several representatives or distributors, you call it, in the part of the Caribbean. We have representatives in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Martin and St. Martin's, Barbados, as I said before, to name a few, right? So, but interestingly, the products are not available on those islands, right? Distributors have to purchase them from the United States, have them sent to a US box, and wait until they are wind their way to them, sometimes over a month. This has been a nightmare to those participants, but I have come to bring you the epic news today. What is that? Because of your son of the soil, my husband, James Michael Doe, in whom BAPIC has found trust, the company has released all their goods and made them available to you here in St. Kitts Nevis, making St. Kitts Nevis East First Caribbean's stocking point, which means of all what we'll be discussing about tonight, I'm telling you, I'm here to announce that unlike all other Caribbean islands that have to order and wait on the slow process of the goods reaching to them, you here in St. Kitts Nevis are privileged to have the goods stocked right here on island and are ready to be distributed as instantly as a purchase is made. Right? So tonight, like I said, I'm just gonna introduce one of our rep to tell us a little that she know about the company before I proceed to show us the products of the company and tell us more about the company. Oh, right? So
thank you, Joy Doe. Now we will introduce Mylene Butts to give you further information about the partnership and the products that they have available, and as a result they will continue to give you some background information of the products and the health benefits that they may purport or claim to be effective, but they make no claims. Mrs. Butts.
Good evening. My name is Marlene Butts, and I'm a brand partner of the BAPIC company. A proud partner, I must say. I was introduced by this company by my Leadership Joy Doe, and her husband, which I'm also a manager working for them for the past 13 years. And I'm happy to say that their products are very good. They are very good, and they are very, not only to make you lose weight, but also to energize you. Women with hormones problem, it helps, and other different situations. As we said before, as Leadership Joy said, we are not making any claim. We're not saying that it's going to heal any disease or anything like that. And apart from the health products, we also have something which Leadership Joy is going to get into with the fuel tabs. You know, the cost of fuel right now is so high, and the company has something that could help everyone, because, you know, a lot of people drive, and every day or every week you're seeing the high cost of fuel is going up. And we have something to introduce to our people also that can help you. We are not here introducing any product to you that we are not sure of. We test them, it was proven, and we also try them, and we know without a doubt that these products do work. So for everyone tuning in with us tonight, just stay tuned and more information is going to come to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very well. We'll take a break.
Builders Paradise is offering a large variety of floor and wall tiles at very competitive prices. Builders Paradise has over 2 million pieces in stock, lots of different styles to choose from. Whether you're renovating or tiling a new house, Builders Paradise has what you need. Wow! Oh, and remember, we're open all day Saturday to serve you better. This is something that you can't refuse. Visit Builders Paradise today at the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Site in St. Kitts, or call them at 466-4938.
Joy Duo, how long has this company that makes these products been in existence?
We have been existing since 2016.
2015?
2016, yes. And we have, you know, we moved from the United States and now we are global company. So you can find us in pretty much a lot of countries all over the world. So you're not limited to the Caribbean or limited to the United States. You can, you know, take it out of anywhere in the world because we are right there.
I recognize that this is associated with Levra Life.
Yes, Lorry Life is a company that is under this BAPIC, which I have been part of for the last 2 years. I began my health and weight loss program with the company named Lorry Life, and we served well. And at the same time, when we switched to BAPIC, we now realize that the two companies are going to emerge. So they are both the same thing. We also have powerful products in Lorry Life, as well as we have the amazing products in our BAPIC.
Well, let me ask another question. Have you, what's the history, based on your experience, of what you're going to promote or what you're promoting with reference to effectiveness and results?
That is the reason we are here, because number one, I happen to be a product of the product. I lost over 40 pounds, right now up to 50 pounds with our products, and that is the passion that I have towards the company, that I know that we deliver what we say. You know, whatever we tell you we do is what we do. So when I joined the company 2 years ago, they told me I was going to lose weight. They told me I was going to be healthy. They told me my immune was going to be strong. And all that I got with the company. As well as I continued the business, that particular 2020, my husband had a serious heart attack. of which with this product in 2021 he's able to come around even better right now in 2022. And that is the reason why we are here. For me, it's just to let everybody know that you don't have to suffer, you don't have to stay where you are, because there's something that can really help you. Is it weight loss? Is it your immune? Is it your heart, you want to protect it? Is it your knee? You have a knee, which I'm going to be going through in a while to just tell you guys what we have and what can help you. No matter what your situation is, we can help. I have a last lady there. She is from Senket, but she lives in the state side. I just want to use her as a sample. She's a daughter of the land, and I have so many other customers that are daughters, of the land, because I work with a lot of ladies for the last 2 years. This is the only thing I really do, changing lives. And when she called me about 2 months ago with her situation, I told her I could help. I'm not a doctor, but I have everything that all I want her to do is just to give it a try. And when she, get into our product, only 3 weeks, she called us back and she was like on top of her voice, praising God for, for me coming into her life. So I know that we can help you.
I have on my list here blue tea. Could you explain what blue tea does?
The benefit of blue tea is it assists healthy weight management, naturally detoxify and cleanse the body, enhance cognition, memory, and focus, reduce inflammation, and boost immunity. Those are serious things that all of us need. Help relieve stress and anxiety, improve overall health and look of skin and hair. I can tell you that I am a testimony. So, and that is what I know this product can do for you, and even more.
Do you have the gas tablet with you?
Yes.
Could you present them?
Yes, we have the gas tablet with us. This is a product that right now as we speak, South Africa is out of stock. They can't keep up with the demand there. Every country that gets hold of that product smile, because what does it do? It saves you money at the gas pump every time you fill up. And even if you don't want to fill up your tank one time, the tablet can be divided and just go according to how much you want to buy at that particular time. Increase MPG, miles per gallon. Trust me, reduce emissions and exhaust, boost power and performance, help lower maintenance costs. You know why I say that? Even with my car right now, we don't know how long in the last 3 months we went to actually go do no maintenance, because the tablet is helping us. And we have tested and proven it over many countries, and even here in the island, everybody that have used it have testified that is the bomb. There's no better time to save people money and give them a good engine than now. So, and our product is EPA certified. So there's nothing to be afraid of, I would say, but it's your choice. But we know that the product has been delivered and people are happy with our full tabs.
Well, you've heard of gas treatment, and there are several companies that make gas treatments with you. It is a liquid additive that you throw in your vehicle before you get the gas or after you get the gas, and it does have some positive effects on, like I said, mileage. Now, you have not been able to make a determination as to the extra mileage you get as compared to before you would have used your gas tablets. So if you were to prevent yourself from using your gas tablet, and you catalog or document the mileage you've been getting, and then you can use the gas tablet and attempt to document the additional mileage you get simply because of the added advantage of the gas tablet. Have you done any research in that regard?
Yes, like I would say here, like my husband is who have tracked a lot of the mileage that we got extra. But like, let's say for example, the van we drive right now, in the normal without the gas fill, you will full up the gas and it lasts you like, let's say 1 week, or the other week you have to buy gas. But with this fuel tab, we have experienced that instead of going to the gas station every other week, we now go to the gas station even up to 3 weeks, because it just like, let's say, instead of you getting 2 miles of your money, you get an extra. So every time you do 4 miles, you get like 2 more miles in your money. So when you check how much you save for every tablet, you save at least 10 US, and they have 5 tablets in it. So people have weakness that they save up to 50 US whenever they use the whole pack, and that is how we know that people are saving money. So that's what we say, it will save you money, the money and the more mileage, because the more mileage is what you get your money back. So, and that's how we have calculated it and check that people win when they use the gas tablet, as well as their engine function better. For me, I will even look it like this. You have all this gunk in your car, and they are not even allowing your car to function so good, and that is why you even using more than the gas you should have used. Now you have a tablet that cleans your engine, helps maintain it. So with that, you now even on that particular one save for those extra gas that is no longer being used. Right? Somebody's asking me, I use this and I see a difference. That's my friend in that's one of my followers online, Tasha. Thank you. So she's a taxi driver in St. Thomas, and we put on pills, and she telling us that she used it and she see a difference. Is right here. You're our host, you can see.
Quite so.
Yes. So, and that is what we're trying to tell people, we can save you some money and maintain your car at the same time. Yes, somebody will say, give us the exact mine. Every car we have a difference, if you ask me. So I'm not going to tell you your car might get exactly what my car get. Sometimes depending on the level of where your car is, if it's clean or you need a lot of cleaning or things like that. So in the first 2 tablets, so many people have different experience, but once it clean it to that place it's supposed to be, then you have even more miles to your money.
All right, we don't have much time left, but therefore we will go through the different products you have. Hold them to the camera and explain to the listening audience, the listening and viewing audiences.
So we're going to be talking about our amazing Bicardio. This Bicardio comes with something we call nitro oxide test strips. What does it do? Everybody need to check what level that they have in their body. So it gives you something to test your tongue morning before you even know where you are and how much of the Bicardio you need. And what does it do? It supports healthy blood pressure, which is very important, and cardiovascular health. So anything to do with your heart, it supports it. Increase energy and endurance without caffeine or stimulant. So you don't need no caffeine to have the extra energy you need in the day, right? Also enhance exercise performance. If you're the type of person that love to go to the gym or love to dance like I do from time to time, it's going to help you perform even better. Great pre-workout. You can use it when you want to go and do. I see a lot of gym in navies. You don't have to go. You have to protect your heart. I'm so much interested in heart because my husband had a heart failure 2020. We had emergency. We ended up in the hospital. I'm telling you guys, it was one of the most drama and nightmare of my life. It was on my birthday. I never forget, 2020. The ambulance came and took him, and we thought he was already dead, and as the Lord may have it, he came back. That same 2021, he had another attack on that year, the second Saturday of January 2021. My husband died in my hand and woke up because the doctors told us it was going to happen because of his heart. So when it happened, I was like, God, it cannot be, and the Lord raised him up, I'm going to tell you. And after that, when we met this product, I placed him on this product like daily. We didn't even know that they had it till we realized, many months later that they had it. And from the time I placed him on this product, even when you listen to the phone calls he make now, the movement is really like never before. So he alleviates muscle soreness and promote faster recovery. So the pressure patient, the heart patient, this is for you, regardless of what it is. You never know, it can help you, because I'm telling you, my husband is being helped by that. So we also have another product here. This is one of the powerful products that I placed my husband onto, which I using right now to grow back my nails, my hair, because I had a lot of stress in the last, 3 years, I would say, with all that came on me, the sickness, the COVID, businesses. But from the time I came across this product, everything changed for me. The Regenerate, you hear the name Regenerate, is it will help you. It supports anti-aging. So for all of you that don't want to die young, I have something for you. Support anti-aging, so an immune system efficiency. I'm telling you, it's true. Relieves joint pain and chronic inflammation, helps preserve helps preserve healthy bones. For all our old people out there looking for something to help you, I have something to help you. No matter where you are in the world, I can reach you. Healthy bones and joints, strengthen skin, hair, nails, and connective tissue. So no matter what, we have you. Assist in appetite suppressing too. For people that say, I can't eat enough, I'm always hungry, this will help you. And blood sugar control. Imagine that. Look at how many people food. A lady called me from Canada the other day. Oh, miss, can I turn off my autoship? Because I have to go cut out my food. I said, why? He said, because I have sugar. I said, but I have something to help you. She said she's already in the hospital. And those are the cry that I have in my heart, even as I'm here today. You don't have to wait till you get to the hospital. You can take care of yourself now that you can. So it helps with the blood sugar control, fast acting, and bioavailable, works in hours, not days. I'm telling you, it works in hours. When I placed that my customer on that Bicardio, on the Regenerate, and our team, the lady could not sleep well. Her breath was short. Everything I wasn't even focusing on the weight loss. I just say, miss, I have to bring you back like I did to my husband. Even like my husband, I'm not even focusing on weight loss. I'm focusing on his entire health, complete healing, and that is where I place them. So that is the Regenerate. If you're ever looking for something to help you with all those pain, Regenerate will help you. So we also have our bestseller. BAPIC, started with this particular one I'm going to be talking about now, which is the 3-piece system. It was formerly a weight loss industry like the Lorry Life you keep mentioning. We sold out drink to shrink in the city of United States. And I'm telling you, I did so much in Virgin Islands and everything. We changed lives. We are not here if we don't know that we've been changing lives. I have changed tons of lives online. I have followers. We have groups. We have people all over the world changing lives daily, and that is why we are proud partners. As you heard my partner say, I came into the island a month ago. I just gave her 5 days Bikito, and he's like, no, Pastor Jay, I'm going into this is the best product I've ever used for my menopause. The doctors could not control it, but one of our product did it. I'll get there. But this product here, this particular tablet, is how we started. And the tons of testimonies that follow it is too much. You have 3-piece system. In that 3-piece system, we have a white, we have a purple, and we have a green. We wake up with a green every morning. And what are the benefits? Okay, we just want to settle on the benefit that you get using this product. Yes, it's true, the product, everything that the product is made up of, they are all natural, and they are on the pack. So when you come for it, you're going to see that they are all natural. I showed a lady last Saturday at the store. She was like, wow, what a powerful ingredients. That's what everybody's saying whenever they come close. So this 3-piece system, what does it do? It helps you, it helps facilitate your weight loss. This is the one I'm going to recommend anyone that want to lose weight. You can look that way, because the first thing it does is to help you with your weight loss and weight management. I tell people something about weight management. It's not about losing weight. It's about keeping the weight off. And that is the joy I have with this company. They have helped me in the last 2 years keep the weight off. You guys know how I used to carry all those child belly all over the place, pushing. COVID came, made it worse. There was food, but there was no money in the States, so we ate like food was going out of style. Depression stepped in. I lost my dealership then in Orlando, and trust me, and baby was already coming down with all the worries, and I'm like, God, what is this? Had to go to St. Thomas, leave the family. So depression came, and I was I was over 200 pounds, and I was like, but these products had kept me in check ever since I met them. So that is the weight management I want you to pay attention, not to lose weight, but to keep that weight off as long as you live. So it naturally cleanses also and detoxifies the body, and replenish healthy bacteria and microbiome. Promotes mental. That's the part I love most in the Pew system. It promotes mental and physical realization, which is true. I have tested it and I've proven it. And one of them helps you fall asleep faster. It's not like it's going to put you to bed, but anytime you finish all that you're doing and you lay back your head, sleep just come, and you sleep more soundly, waking feeling rested without groggy. So anything that will make you feel like drown, like, oh, did I have enough sleep? Those things are out of your life once you're in our 3P system, right? You have natural, the green pills, which everybody talk about all the time, gives you a natural energy. That's a feeling that you get, and stamina boosts, everything you need in your body to be able to function. You know why? Because all the ingredients in the green pills is all natural product, like broccoli. They're all vegetable, like all the spinach and things like that. So you wake up in the morning and you take the green pills and you go, and your day will never be the same. So we're gonna move up because of time. We have the big keto. I'm just going to be fast now so I can call you in. Yeah, we have the big keto. That is the one that is the highest one. It's helping ladies with tons of testimonies about menopause and everything. It puts your body in ketosis, which is what I just want to bring in here. For all of you going to gym, you need our big keto. So I'm not going to go dig it because there's more. We have the powerful hydrate. That one is what we call alkaline. Instantly and permanently alkalizes your water. That's what it does. It gives drinking water a pleasant natural taste, helps the body maintain a more balanced pH. Imagine that. Increases hydration, which helps cells function optimally, supports digestion. For all of you going through can't digest your food, our alkaline water is going to help you. And the good thing for that is a concentrate. You mix it with your water and it serves you more than even 1 month. So you're not going to keep on going back and forth, by all you need is just get your purified water, add your alkaline in it, and you drink every time you want to drink water. And it supports weight loss too, management and everything. And it does not allow all those free radicals in your body. So think about it. These are all health products that is going to save your life. And now, almost at the end of it, I'm just gonna bring to all the workmen in this on the air today, or somebody's gonna tell you about what we did today. We have a product that can instantly help relieve your pain. You finish work and you're asking, oh, I have this pen here, I have that pen there, what do I need? You need our extraordinary Elevate. That's what you need, because it's going to help you, relieve your pain instantly. And we move on from that because there's so much thing to talk about. If you want to hear more about this, I have, before I even go, if you want to hear about all the product we have it right in the land, and you can, reach out to all our reps. I already have reps, I just want to big up some of my reps before I continue. I know the time is not, on our side like that. I want to big up, Jewel, my wonderful lady. For all of you that know Jewel, you have to, if you ever hear this today, you want to, be in our team, which we're going to be discussing very soon, you can reach out to Jewel and she will be able to tell you everything that we're telling you here. I want to big up a next lady out there, Saski. I heard it was only 2 people we needed, so I chose my right hand. I said, let me come with her. I know you ladies would have been, happy to be here. So I want to big up Saski right there. If Saski bring the full tap to you, just know that Saski mean well and, be in her team. I want to big up a few of my ladies in St. Kitts also. I have Amy who has been pushing in St. Kitts, and I have a next guy there that I wouldn't really want to call. His name is a big shot, and we have other people in the land too that have used our full tab. Some of the bigger guys up here, and I just want to big up everybody that have used our product. All our customers, you guys know that we love you. So we have the great kits, which is delicious and nutrition, contains 0 sugar and 0 calorie. You know why? It's kids vitamin and adult vitamin too, so it's just going to help you, and it's all veggie in it, so you have nothing to worry about it. And we have our amazing weight loss lemonade, that's what we call it. Even today I had one, and you can ask my lady what happened to me, so you just need to know that those products work. So our lemonade helps you with energy, optimizes your body and mind for peak performance. That's exactly what it does. I'm telling you, right? Increases everything, sustain your stamina for hours, enhance focus, mental clarity, memory, and mood, which is the best part for me. Ladies like, I'm lethargic, and no. Our product will keep you going, and it helps curb your appetite too. So for all my ladies that want to lose weight and maintain the weight loss, I want to tell you again, you need our lemonade. And the last but not the least that we have is the immunocode. That is the bomb of immune system protection. Where are we in the world right now? What do you think about having a good immune product inside of your body fighting for you with all that is going on? There's no better time. So those are all we have, and I'm going to hand over to our moderator today.
Thank you very much, Joy Doe. And you have said quite a lot. Have you ever heard of Wonder Laboratories? It is a company that makes herbal products.
Okay.
And it is out of the United States. But they don't really have agents like you doing what needs to be done to. But at the same time, it's been a company that has been founded by, can't think of the name right now, but Ellen G. White.
I think I've heard that, but I'm not so sure about them.
But it's been on the market over 100 years.
Okay.
But they do have some good products. Anyhow, give us your last word, Ms. Butts, and then wrap up with Mrs. Doe.
My last word will be to everyone out there who want to live long and want to be on the healthy side and control your weight. You need to try these products. I, for one, am a testimony to the Bikito here. I'm using it, and I'm telling you, for years, I'm going through menopause, and for years I was struggling with mental fatigue and different issues. And from the time I start using this Bikito, oh my God, that's when I realized how I was really, struggling. So my encouragement and my last word to everyone out there who's listening to us, and as my leader said, the products are not just, it's not limited. Even if you're in St. Martin, Antigua, anywhere you're listening to us right now, all you need to do is just make contact with us. Everybody know Joy Doe on Facebook, and we have the products in St. Kitts Nevis that make it easy for the Caribbean. So I'm going to hand over back to my leader, who's going to give us a little more about the other part of our Be Epic Company before we wrap up. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We want to just use this opportunity once again to thank Mr. Webo and his people. And I believe it's Mr. Stanley.
That is correct.
Yes. I've been thinking about it since I was here. So we just want to thank you guys, and I also thank the lady behind and the whole entire Von Radio for this great opportunity given to us to bring this best news. Like he said, this other herbal company, has been in business for 100 years, but they don't have brand partners like us that can bring this thing. The good thing about this is that it's a home-based business, and that is the best part for me, because over the last 2 years I have been home, keeping a close eyes on my husband, and as the Lord, is doing it daily for me, he's coming around. And you guys know that I have kids that are not even my eldest is only 11 last 2nd of June, so they're very young, so I really have to be there. But this opportunity has made it possible for me to be here. Before I continue, I want to thank my right hand, that really agreed to come and do this at the last moment. It was the last meeting for everybody, and I want to thank anybody that know her. Please, if you have any question and you know her, reach out to her. She's a brand partner. She'll be able to guide you. But before we go, I just want to bring the last thing while I conclude with the company, what they are talking about for 2022. Their goal for 2020 is to help as many people globally, financially, and with their health. We walk the talk, not only preach. One thing this company have done for me is that in the last 2 years, I have been privileged to not only stay with my family, very close eye with them, but I've also been able to change a lot of lives by telling them, you can do this, because it's a home-based business. We continue to grow globally. Like what happening today is a big launch for our company, and we are happy that you guys can hear us each month. We have expanded our executive team. What they've done is that we have a senior medical team that takes care of every product that you see here today. So we are not just bringing them to just push it on you like, okay, it's one of those things. I know here in St. Kitts Nevis, while my time is short, I know a lot of people have entered into a lot of things that did not yield no profit to them, both in product and in business. But we've come to present to you something that will change your life, something that changed my life over the course 2 years. For example, knowing how everything I had shattered, I had to use this home-based business to be able to, lift myself, helping to lift us up as we go back up with all that we've been through. And that is what we're presenting to you today. This is a home-based business that we are calling everybody under our voice today and going to hear us later to come. Let's show you how to stay home and make an extra income. Yes, the products are powerful, so it's not even anything that we're going to argue with tonight, but at the same time we want to show you the way. We want to show you the way that have changed a lot of lives throughout the whole entire area, whereby people are home and they are making money just by changing lives. And that is the best part. If you want to reach us, like I will say, my WhatsApp number for those that are not in the state is 407-267-5595, and my sister number, which is the number I always use when I'm here in the island as well, is 667-8458. So you want to call us, you want to ask us for more, no problem. For all my followers on Facebook, I am here for you. We are looking for 100 brand partners that will step up this season and said, come to our Zoom meetings. We have trainings that's going to teach you how to make $100 a day, and it's very simple. It's very simple. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to even go out of your house to help somebody. And while you're helping them, even as Zig Ziglar said, he said if you want to make the most money on earth, you have to help as many people as possible. It might sound weird, but it's true. Our organization have created that atmosphere of the more you help people, the more you're comfortable. And that is what I have leveraged on all this while. And I want everybody listening to me to know that number one, we have powerful and amazing product. Number two, you can make yourself more than even 1,000 US. We don't want to call names. You can make yourself 10,000 10,000, 100,000, whatever you want to make, you can work towards it with a team and just keep changing lives. And the more you change life, the more your own life is better. So we are here for you, and we will always be looking out, to help you in any way or in any shape. So reach out to us and let's get you started. Big up to all my ladies out there in St. Kitts. Big up to all my ladies in the state side, all my ladies in St. Thomas and Croix. Big up to all the BAPIC family throughout the world. And we are so proud to be here today. And thank you, Lord, for making it possible for us.
Thank you, Joy Doe and Marlene
Butts.
Marlene Butts, brand partners of BAPIC.
Thank you.
Paradise is offering a large variety of floor and wall tiles at very competitive prices. Builders Paradise has over 2 million pieces in stock, lots of different styles to choose from. Whether you're renovating or tiling a new house, Builders Paradise has what you need. Wow! Oh, and remember, we're open all day Saturday to serve you better. This is something that you can't refuse. Visit Builders Paradise today at the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Site in St. Kitts or call them at 466-4938.
Good evening again to our listening audience and viewing audience. We are about to start our second segment of the program, and so without further ado, let me introduce Conrad Naya-Libel. Conrad Naya-Libel, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Stanley, and good evening to hard-working staff here at Fun Radio, and to everyone who is in tune to this program, listeners, viewers alike. Once again, Stanley, we're here. There has been some absenteeism over the last 2 weeks, and of course, I'm happy again to be here as we attempt to discuss the issues affecting the people. Of course, we are certainly in the midst of a political season, and of course there's, as expected, there's quite a lot of chatter on the street. There's a lot of conversations, and there are so many times people want to engage me in so many conversations. I oftenly ask them to call the station, call the Tuesday night program. But as we have realized, people are so reluctant to do that because of various reasons here, a little community, and we tend to know the voices of some people, and some people are just mindful of their existence, their bread and butter, think that might be affected if they are known to make some comment. But I suppose I would encourage everyone to aspire to that higher level of freedom and, express what you're thinking in a positive way, because I think at this point in time ideas are very scarce. Even though there are a lot of ideas, realistic ideas, workable ideas, practical ideas can be very scarce. I think in a place like Nevis, we should be open to ideas and to collaborate at times when it comes to discovering new ideas. In a sense, I think Nevis is asking for Nevisians on a whole to be more united in the preservation of this little island, so that we can be, have that level of pride and that level of love for our country, for our little island. I always say, when an island supports you, you tend to support the island. And I think we can find happiness here, but I think amongst ourselves, as Nevisians, we are far too divided at this point in time, when I think the island itself, if we look at it as an individual, is begging us, please, to come together for the betterment of ourselves, the betterment of the island. I once heard, and it was interesting, that what is good for the island is not necessarily good for the people. That's food for thought, and there's quite a lot of sense in that statement. But on a whole, I think the island is asking for us, its children, because that's how I look at it, to lead and not follow, and to make hard decisions as it relates to the betterment of Nevis. Mr. Stanley, thank you.
Very well. We'll take a break and we'll be back. Yes, we are back, and we thank all avid listeners to continue to listen, and we have much to say this evening. At this particular juncture in time, we have to begin to understand that the federal elections are in the air. And we do not know how long it's going to take for the bell to ring, but it must ring. It must ring. And at the same time, I'm hoping that, I'm certain that all the political parties are making preparations for victory at the polls. Some would obviously be disappointed, but at the same time, some would be victorious. And I hope that we get the best team to form the federal government, whether it is the CCM and the PAM or whoever. We are hoping that we will get the best team to form the federal government, simply because we need that 147 million that they've got for us. And I'm saying from the mic of On Radio, those who do not believe that we need our money should not be given the opportunity to represent us at the federal level. This is the buzzword now, clarion call, and as a result, we need people who can be forthright, truthful, and ultimately give the voters the truth, tell the voters the truth. And as a result, we are hoping that those who tell the truth will be victorious at the polls. The people who are out there propelling mistruths should not get the vote of confidence from the voters. And I'm saying at this particular juncture, we need our money. The Honorable Mark Brantley from day one told me he has been nipping at the heels of the Prime Minister by telling him what we need, what we must do, how it must be done. But at the same time, there are people who go into government not with the mandate that the people gave them, and not to fulfill some of the promises or most of the promises that they made to the people. And as a result, we have a dilemma, an ordeal of the most grievous kind with reference to a dissolved parliament. At the moment, there is a caretaker government that is in, and it will come to an end as the bell rings. You, the voters, must begin to understand the enormous responsibility that you have to elect the right people in St. Kitts and Nevis to give us continuity with reference to a federal government. We can no longer take the chance of putting people there who will not abide by truth and deliver the goods. True, there are a lot of avenues, and justifiably so, where they'll come up with reasons as to why they have to govern the way they govern. But we, the governed, must begin to understand that we expect a certain amount of truth coming from those who are at the helm of government and ultimately run our country right. There's no need for us to vote people into government who will bring about a short-term solution, but a long-term. in addition to a long-term problem. So we must clearly understand that we, the voters, we've got the handle, and we must be able to use it when we go to the polls. There is plenty to do in Nevis with $147 million. The hard work has been put in by the foreign minister, the former foreign minister, General Mark Brantley. And the expectation was high. Based on his rate of productivity, he's been able to line up country after country after country in terms of foreign investment, but more specifically, the sale of our passport, which becomes a national product engineered by the way the former foreign minister, the Honorable Mark Brantley, saw things, and was able to line up, sign up, country after country after country, and therefore the purse became quite handsome with reference to monies coming into our treasury, federal treasury. The 1983 Constitution speaks of revenue sharing. Revenue is the income that comes to government from various sources, particularly the businesses. But at the same time, anything that is produced in St. Kitts becomes part of our gross national product, and therefore the Constitution speaks to revenue sharing. Some people don't want to label it, the passport money, as revenue, but it is part of the gross national product, and therefore we are entitled to our 25% of that which came in as foreign investment, specifically the purchasing of our passports. 588 million. You add two noughts and divide by 4. Simple math. It's 147 million. 4 into 5 goes once, and 1. 4 into 18 goes 4 times and 2. 4 into 28 goes 7 times. $147 million. Based on what the Prime Minister stated. In his own words, Nevis got 66 million. Well, he didn't do the math, but we can do the math, and we have done the math, and therefore that mathematical equation tells us that he owes us, and based on what he owes us, it's like your mother sent you to the shop to buy a bread. She gave you $10, the bread cost $5, and you must get back your change, and you must look for your change. So you know, Mark Brantley, you know, be all the time asking for our change with no cooperation. We have not gotten back our change. Every year that we produce based on gross domestic product, and we're supposed to get 25%, and Syncits gets 75%. Do the math, and ultimately $66 from 147 is 71 million, 71 million roughly. Let's quickly do the math. 8 and 6 are 14, 81 million. So we must look for our change. Mother sent us to the shop to buy bread. She gave us $10. The bread cost $5. We need our change, and we're supposed to be able to not only get from the federal government for last year, but from since 1983. We are owed 25% of our gross national product, regardless of how you label it. The Constitution is the highest law of the land, and therefore we produced in the last year 588 million, and words have been thrown around that is some $5 billion, 5 with a B, that this nation has collected over a long period of time. How much of that has Nevis gotten? As Nevisians and as nationals of Syncits Nevis, we must begin to understand that we must not be hoodwinked, and consequently we must continue the fight, the haranguement based on how the math should have been done, and therefore we are looking for the change from this, in addition to the 66 million that the Prime Minister has admitted that Nevis has gotten. It is said that they paid for security. All right, how much is security? We can do the calculations. They say that they paid for medicine for the hospital and all the little minor expenses. But when you look at the quantity of money that came into this nation from the sale of our passports, there is plenty money out there for us, and we could do with every bit of it in Nevis for infrastructure development, for the academic advancement of our children, for plants, and you name a myriad of areas that need funding. So how come those who are at the helm at the federal level do not understand fairness? We have somebody who has been at the helm in Nevis, and he has to fight for Nevis. And he has been fighting for Nevis from day one, has been communicated to me. So those who are telling you that fair share is not an issue in this election, they too are part of the hoodwinkers, and it's not going to go along very well. And I'm saying to those people, voters, we must look at those who are truly bent on helping us as Nigerians to get our money. And therefore, we must not take this thing lightly. We cannot allow it to be swept under the rug. The time has come for us to send people back to Bastille at Church Street to be a part of the federal government where the decisions are made. And those who tell you that they don't want a portfolio, they don't want anything in government, they don't want a position in government. You cannot do anything as a minister without portfolio. And therefore, you cannot listen to them simply because they have pride on your emotion, but you got to vote. Don't waste your vote on them. Let us vote for those who intend to help us, those who got the history of helping us, and those who got the history of delivering for us. At this juncture, I'm making this clarion call from the mic of Van Radio. We cannot trust those who say they don't want a portfolio. You cannot do anything outside the seat of government. And if you are at that level, you cannot function adequately without the authority of government. And therefore, we are hoping that we can get these 3 seats to go back to St. Kitts at the federal level to fight for Nevis. And the laser focus issue is our passport money. The 147 million. There are roads in Nevis that need to be done. There are other things in Nevis, plenty things in Nevis to be done. And money makes the mayor go. That is a statement, an old statement. We can't do anything without money. But the money has been made, but it has not been handed over to us, the Nevis Island administration. As a result, things had to be brought to an end simply because of the unfairness. It would not be tolerated, can no longer be tolerated. So where we are, again, this clarion call, we need people who will always fight for us and to deliver the goods. Don't trust those who are complaining about double salary, 2 salaries, they're getting 2 salaries because they can't do 2 jobs at the same time. That's hogwash. When you are at a certain level of competence, you are able to do multitasking. One caller at some part of the program in the past said you got to be, if you're a mason and you put in time doing masonry, that's a different kettle of fish. Hogwash. But when you are at the level where you are able to be employed as the leader of the foreign ministry, leader of the Nevis Island administration, you can do multitasking, which is not difficult at all. And therefore, if you get 2 paychecks, one from the federal government and one from the Nevis Island administration, then you're entitled to it. But as I've said in the past, couple them together, issue 1 paycheck, add them together. So let's hear what they will have to say about double pay. There's no double pay. Hogwash. So I'm saying we have to put the people in place who have always been there fighting for us and to keep our money coming. Not 66 million. We must keep our hand out and keep the pressure on to get our change. Mother sent a child to buy bread. The bread cost $10. I might sound like a broken record. But it's just an analogy to show you how they are trying to rob Nevisians simply because they've got the power to do it. Well, the Constitution speaks. The Constitution spoke. And it was enshrined by the framers, 25% for Nevis, 75% for St. Kitts. Somebody trying to do voodoo math. And therefore, we must hold them to account and demand every penny they got for us. Not only from the passports, but for the many years that the Constitution spoke. The framers put it in there, and therefore we must be guided by the highest law of the land. And whatever is produced in St. Kitts and Nevis as gross national product, revenue sharing, you can tear off one label and put on another label. It means the same thing. Don't let people hoodwink you. It boils down to the same thing. The income from St. Kitts and Nevis at the federal level. And therefore, we must be able to be given our rightful share based on the arrangement that the framers enshrined in the Constitution back in 1983. So, they still got $81 million for us. Take out the little for security, take out the little for the hospital, for medicine, as the case might be, but it cannot amount to $81 million. So please give us our change. And I hope when the next government at the federal level is formed, we can make the demands and bring home the bacon to our people in Nevis, our rightful share, our fair share. Now, we'll take a break.
Builders Paradise is offering a large variety of floor and wall tiles at very competitive prices. Builders Paradise has over 2 million pieces in stock, lots of different styles to choose from. Whether you're renovating or tiling a new house, Builders Paradise has what you need.
Wow!
Oh, and remember, we're open all day Saturday to serve you better. This is something that you can't refuse. Visit Builders Paradise today at the CA Paul Southwell Industrial Site in St. Kitts or call them at 466-4938.
Mr. Stanley, yes, I listened to you very carefully, making your plea, extending, what can I say, extending the campaign of the CCM movement, who have basically said that that's the center point of their campaign, fair share for Nevis. It also looks like we're prepared to, and the energies that surrounds this fair share thing, looks like we are prepared to be talking about this for a very long time to come, not just for the campaign, but we could be making an argument about this for a very long time to come going into the future, because there's no guarantee with the new proposition that we will be getting our fair share, or the share that the Constitution offers. But as I said, with the energy that surrounds it, as I hear you speak, and the fact that both political parties in Nevis tend to have that energy, that endurance, that persistence of dealing with almost absolutely bad situation across the waters, but we are still willing to keep knocking, keep asking, keep begging for what is ours. And it looks like we are prepared to do that for a very long time. But that cannot bring good relationship, you know. And to be quite honest with you, with the last breaking up of the government, I think there are fundamental changes in the minds of Kittitians, the voters in St. Kitts. And over here, there is that high level of doubts and skepticism. More doubts, and rightly so, in the sense that Nevisians are not convinced that we will be getting our fair share with the new arrangement that is proposed. We are still hoping. Don't be surprised if you hear that Prime Minister Harry spent off all the money before he left office, if he will be leaving office. And therefore, Nevis have a problem in terms of getting any money or even their fair share, really. I mean, all kind of things can get in the way. So I congratulate you guys. You guys have a lot of patience, and but it is not all good for Nevis, and it's not all good for Nevisian, that we will be knocking on that door for very far into the future, talking about we want our fair share from St. Kitts. I think we cannot disregard the uncertainty that has filled the minds of Nevis people. I think there is something missing in all this, really. And I've been thinking about it quite recently. I know you guys are afraid to talk about Clause 113, You guys have been afraid to talk about it from since 2015. I don't know why. Because it looks like you guys have been wiped out by the tidal wave of certainty that tends to swarm the whole island when we became part of a unity government. But the fair share issue was an issue long before the Charlestown Accord. It's been going on for a long time. The last program I listened to, the Honorable Premier, not the last one, the one before, a few programs back, and it makes me really wonder why. He points out areas like the STEP program, where it's been taking on people in St. continually.
Good evening, y'all. Let's talk. Caller, good evening. Y'all, let's talk.
Good evening, good evening. Very interesting program. Now, you just make a valid point.
Hey, can you speak up, please? Sorry.
Yes, a good evening. Very interesting program.
Yeah.
I said, now you just make a valid point. You see, these politicians think they could take people for fools all the time. Now listen to the guy with the host talking about facial and think it's good this and think it's good that. My brother, Mark Bradley had a golden opportunity to organize whatever for this. Stop blaming people for Mark Bradley and CCM's failure. Mark Bradley had 3 seats. 3 solid seats. He tell the people to come to St. so he's going to stand up for this. My brother, 7 years passed. And you're telling me for the last 7 years, Mark Bradley sit down and let him do what he like. And we still talking about fishing and building people. I mean, not everybody, it's a long-term politics, my brother. This is 2022. Mark Bradley went to do a lot of parliament. Parliament after parliament. And what he did? What did he do? He tell us Timothy is the best thing. The best thing happened to St. Kitts. The best prime minister. The best finance man. He was the best everything. And he said it. And Douglas can say it. That was his words. And the brilliant guy Mark Bradley, he sit down there for 7 years. And he want to tell me Timothy Martin and now up and blaming people about facial and facial. Mark should have get that sort out from day one, even before he crossed the shark infested water with him. We put the cards on the table. Let the news people know we're going to sink it and this is what we want. Otherwise, he sit down for 7 years, my brother. So you all need to stop. Let Mark stop the wedge between St. and Nevis. Stop put people to fight against each other. It is not the people problem. Mark is the one who failed Nevis people. So you all need to stop this foolishness, give me impression that this Timothy failed, Mark failed, Sean failed. My brother, you saw the video today? Where Timothy, Sean used to went in the mountain, where they don't go to the prison. The training man called security to get Sean Richard off of the mountain. They were a part of that. Mark Bradley then sent to that prison. Let's stand for all of these foolishness are going on today. So when you were talking about facial and think it's all this money, stop blame us. Blame the man who came across the shark infested waters, who failed these people, and that is Mark Bradley. Don't tell me that on the Constitution. Stop using the Constitution as a publisher gift.
I think you made your point. You made your point. However, you must have a good memory to understand that the former Prime Minister, before Timothy Harris, stated that the organization with the Team Unity was a madness, and as a result predicted that it would fail, and he wanted his prediction to come through immediately after the swearing-in ceremony. So what do? You prove the former Prime Minister correct by breaking it up right away, or you work with the baby and the bathwater before you decide to throw out the baby and the bathwater, to in fact prove the former Prime Minister dead wrong by working with Team Unity. Because let me tell you, based on what the former Prime Minister wanted was from day one for the Team Unity construct not to be successful. You might have a short memory, but go back and listen to some of the utterances of the former Prime Minister, and therefore Mark and Team Unity had to continue to work together to ensure that the former Prime Minister and his party be kept in abeyance. That was what was at the forefront of Team Unity's mind, including Mark Brantley. So don't tell me Mark has failed the people of Nevis. You have to be able to work with the baby and the bathwater rather than throwing them out together immediately, because that is what the former Prime Minister and his party wanted. I hope you are not suffering from amnesia, to have a short memory and to understand exactly. You have to prevent certain predictions from coming to fruition or from coming to reality by proving them wrong. So the 7 years that Mark Brantley stayed there working with Timo to save the government and to ensure that the former Prime Minister and his party be kept out of government. That was the scenario, and I hope you would remember. Go back to the utterances that were mentioned by the former Prime Minister, and you will be able to see, unless conveniently you have a short memory.
Well, you know, I've been hearing that Mark wait until 7 years, but that's not true, to be quite honest. We got to be fair. Mark been talking about this all the time.
From day one.
He didn't, create a circumstance that was created quite recently and lead to the bringing down of the government.
Good evening. Let's talk.
Mr. Stanley,
Yes?
I am calling because I am very disappointed with what you just said. You're talking about Denzel Douglas because of what Denzel Douglas said about the unity that Mark has to hold on for Team Unity to prove a point to what? To what, Stanley? Stanley, what you saying doesn't make any sense. Stanley, you've been on this program and I expect better from you.
I don't talk foolishness. I don't talk foolishness. So
Stop trying to hide Mark's fault. Mark is a bad leader and a understand leadership, not management. And you stop hiding his fault, Stanley. You coming about Denzel Douglas. Stanley, that's better than you, man. I had respect for you. Come on, man.
look, I am not here to belie or criticize anybody. I'm just stating it matter-of-factly. And you know what I'm saying is the truth regarding the expectation of the former Prime Minister and his party. They said this construct, Team Unity construct, is madness and it's not going to work. So how do you prove them wrong? If you got an arrangement And you have to be able to work with that arrangement. You work with it as long as you can until you are able, you're exhausted. And anybody who says that Mark should have brought unity, team unity, to its knees, second day or third day or fourth day after, they are not operating in the best interest of the country. And therefore, you can't tell me I'm talking foolishness. Good evening, you all, let's talk. Good evening, you all, let's talk.
Good evening, my brother. Let me ask you a question. You say you make have amnesia, but I don't disrespect people. Okay? I didn't tell you about senile. So don't please try to disrespect me, my brother.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, okay, conveniently.
Let us stay with the argument here, my brother. My elder, I respect you. Let us deal with the problem. Just the problem with us. The debate, or you can't debate people. What amnesia, my brother? Listen what I'm saying to you. And you're not old enough because you're part of the Constitution. Let me tell you something, my brother. Mark Brantley came with a team of 3 people. When you call him Douglas' name in, till now?
I didn't call Douglas' name.
You said the former leader. Who you mean?
Well, anyway, you are in.
Come on, my brother. Let us debate this situation. Listen again. We understand that you're in the CCM. We understand because you was big in this unity concept foolishness. And we know from the beginning, because Mark know from the one it was going wrong. Because he's saying all these things. Mark know. When we were telling Mark about Patches Label, Mark wasn't listening. The same Patches Label on the program disrespecting Mark Brantley. Follow what's going on, my brother. The same Timothy Harris is abusing Mark Brantley. But all of you was there. And that's what we're telling all the time. You come talking about Douglas. If people telling you, my brother, Timothy cannot be trusted. But it's all about getting out Douglas. And to get out Douglas, or you mash up the country. Mark is to blame. I don't know about Douglas. Douglas has nothing to do with the parents today. They was there for 7 years. He was a lawyer. Sean asked him Patches about money. Patches asking Sean about money. Patches telling Sean about the peer. The Patches, Lindsey Graham saying this. Nobody can call me thief. These are not the behaving. And you know better, brother. Just deal with the issue right now. The disrespect among these guys who was together. Look at what happened, brother. We say we got peace. But you have
I got your point. I got your point. And I'm saying to you, I got your point. But I'm saying to you, you must truly understand that if you got Timo coming out of his constituency, oil should be able to talk to the people to tell them Timo can't be trusted and therefore don't vote for him.
Hello, sir.
And therefore Mark wouldn't have to deal the way he dealt.
Sir, listen to me again. You listen to me, my brother?
I'm listening.
I'm saying to you, hear me again. Because I am brilliant and trying to twist the whole thing. Listen to me again. When they sit down and decide to form the unity concept, and I could recall when Mark tell a lie in Parliament. Think about this unity thing, you know. You remember what he said to them? He was talking about taking people to court. So you just have a short memory. But let's move from that. Before Mark sit down with Timothy Harris, my brother, he came from nearest his 3 feet. Hear me again. And if I was Mark before I met my foot forward, Timothy must make sure that he give me what I want. He has to give me because I bring in 3. Otherwise, the 3 going somewhere else. What are you telling me? From the beginning, Timothy telling Mark, Douglas, as you just said, telling Mark that Tim can't be trusted. Nobody was listening. It's all your ego is where the country in the mess today. Because if people was listening then, we would not have in the mess.
I got your point. I got your point. I got your point. And I'm saying to you.
You remember the incident conduct when Sam crossed the floor?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain to you now. And I was the guy from Think It all the time, saying to Sam and to the country, I need that will vote. And listen what I was saying. The government should never allow a politician to do that. It was wrong. Something needs to put in place so it does not happen. My God, 2022, Eugene Hamilton do exactly what Sam do. Now the pan people balling, Mark Brantley balling, because all you sit down.
I got your point. I got your point.
To go on.
Politics makes strange bedfellows. I will reiterate, politics makes strange bedfellows. And until we get people who are forthright and honest, we will never get rid of this problem. Good evening, you're on Let's Talk. Sorry, please call back. We will never get rid of this problem. Good evening, you're on Let's Talk.
You know.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Stanley.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, you can't allow them man there to stay in sink it and soak up all the oxygen in the room. Be trying to decide whether Mark failed or leave these people who are supposed to decide who failed them or if anybody failed them at all. Them guys there just want to mash up unity because so Labour could get a chance. I mean, we already know what Labour have to offer. We already know what Labour have to offer. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Divisions elected Mark Brantley to go to St. Kitts and the other ministers. Nobody in St. Kitts could fire them. We his people are who hire them. So listen, these guys need to settle down, man. Settle down. Call election. That is what they say they want, you know. Call election. You think if you have an election every day so that Labour could get a chance, that's where they're at.
Well, we know
that's where they're at. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the call.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah.
No, I wanted to make the point that Mark Brantley has been talking about this fair share for a bit and in his news conference and so forth. But what is obvious to me here in Nevis that there is a shortage of funds, no doubt about it. And what is quite telling is that there is so much money in St. Kitts. So what is going on, really? What is going on? It's ludicrous for anybody. Is it ludicrous for anybody to think that Mark should break up the government after 3 weeks or 6 months? I mean, come on. These guys are put to work by the people, and they were put to work by an overwhelming majority of the population in the federation. And up to today, I still feel like they have shown great disregard for that honor place on them. Really, I mean, the way this thing have broken up and people are fired and.
I hold your fire. Good evening, Let's Talk.
Good evening, Mr. Stanley.
Good evening.
You're not supposed to let anybody call in there and shouting down at you and Naya. If Mr. Herbert was there, he couldn't dare behave so. And I don't like it. Let him stop. I don't think it with the foolishness, okay?
Thank you, caller.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's ludicrous for anybody to think that Mark should break up the government so soon. I was making the point that these people are elected representatives, and they had the support of the vast majority of the population. They had a responsibility to the people. They were a unity government, and it was pleasant for those who have supported that in such overwhelming majority to see the function of the unity administration. I mean, I could have, if I was in my place, I probably would not have tried to break up things much earlier than it was broken up, really, because you still have to give that opportunity for the Prime Minister to change. If he was reluctant in the early stage, you still had to document it all. You still had to write all those letters that Mark wrote to him asking for this fair share. According to Mark, that these letters was basically played down. The response was quite casual and so forth. So I could understand whereby he tolerated the whole situation for a bit.
Good evening. Thanks. You're left off. Sorry, please call back. Good evening, thanks.
Good evening,
let's talk.
Good evening, Mr. Host.
Good evening.
Which part tonight I disrespect you? Some people...
No, I made a comment, and I just told you already, I got your point. Give somebody else a chance. If you think I disrespected you, I apologize.
Next caller.
Good evening, caller, you're on Let's Talk. Good evening, caller, you're on Let's Talk.
Hello, good evening, sir. Thanks for having me an opportunity for
Yes.
weighing in.
You're on the air.
I'd like to just raise a couple of points that I believe have been overlooked. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Oh, very, very good. Thank you. Permit me to proceed then. I believe that a couple of points have been overlooked. I'd like to thank you very much. Okay, thank you very, very much. I believe that a couple of points have been overlooked. It's very important to keep in mind that the NRP initially worked very feverishly in terms of supporting the Honorable Vance Emery in terms of actually trying to establish a formal relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis. He made a good faith effort. He took the issue to the polls, which required a two-thirds vote, and the vote fell short by a whisker. A mere 37 votes fell short. So that set the issue aside. Now, the Honorable Mark Brantley came into office, and he was determined then to resurrect that initial proposal and fought to establish a relationship with the PAM group, and he has successfully done that. The Charlestown Accord, in my view, is the most important piece of legislation, but the most important policy action that we have ever seen in St. Kitts and Nevis in its entire history that has attempted to bring the peoples of St. Kitts and Nevis together. So this should not be overlooked. That's most important. So I think Mark will go down in history as having taken a bold lead in terms of making that happen. Well, it got to this point. I should draw attention, however, to the flow of funds that come into St. Kitts and Nevis. It's very important that we know why the funds are coming in. There are record numbers of the dollar value of funds, and they're coming in large measure from wealthy investors abroad who are seeking a low-tax environment. That matters a great deal. Therefore, if they're trying to seek a low-tax environment, it is not appropriate then for us to seek to place this on the Constitution, because the Constitution requires to focus on on factors that lead to tax revenues. For example, the sales of property, value-added taxes, and so on. That is not the case with respect to the CBI program that comes in. It's all non-tax. Indeed, if you took away that tax-exempt provision that is in place, those funds will pretty much dry up overnight, and we will return straight back to the cotton fields, because we will lose pretty much half of the revenue that comes into the country. So I want folks to keep this in mind as we go through with this. The action that Mark has taken has been a bold move. I think it has a very, very good chance of being resurrected after this election occurs, and that it will be a very trivial matter, because I think PAM has already agreed to work with Mark in terms of recognizing the significance of the accord and in terms of making sure that Nevis gets its fair share. I should also keep in mind that the business of identifying the fair share, that's a very, very controversial issue in the sense that when dealing with folks who actually owe you money, it's not based upon fairness. It's based upon the dollar values that are actually quoted. That's the only thing that is recognized at the grocery store when you go in. So we need to get away from this fair share thing and actually look at the pro rata share, which is a numerical value. You can test the validity of that value, and that is what Mark has essentially done. What he's found out, of course, is that about 90-something% of the revenues have gone to St. Kitts. That has come in from the CBI funds. That was the funds that are non-taxable. And we have gotten a lousy share of, say, 7%. That's totally unacceptable, and that would never be accepted either by by CCM or NRP, if indeed and when it does come into office. So thank you very much. It's a controversial issue, but I think it's one that can be resolved very, very easily and will be resolved at the elections that are coming up.
Well, what I'm saying to you is the fair share is just a label, but it means the same thing, in my view. Of course, you are at a high level of intelligence, so to speak, would change the label, but we still going to use the fair share as a result.
Well, you can call it that. I mean, I have no difficulty with that, but I'm just saying that empirically, you have to be able to measure things. It's how you measure performance. You actually have to ask the question: have you hit the target that is the goal that has been established? And that goal is a 75 to 25% ratio in favor of St. which is based upon the population size. It's not very different from what countries do across the U.S., incidentally. California, which is a large state, has a large population, it has a large pro rata share of the funds that are dedicated and that go to them. Delaware, by contrast, is a small state. It has a very small proportion of funds. So what we have in St. Kitts is pretty much universal across the board, all based upon the population size, and that matters a great, great deal. But I want to go back to the point. Again, that is very, very important. The funds that are coming in from the CBI program, they are coming from very wealthy investors across the United States, in China, in India. We're getting some of it coming in from Africa recently. And those funds are large in number. Why? Because wealthy folks are seeking opportunities to reduce their tax payments. Folks in our own diaspora, those in St. Kitts and Nevis, at the mid-management level, they're paying huge chunks of money in terms of taxes. Many of them in a two-person family would have a taxable each year of up to $100,000 each year. That is how much money Uncle Sam is taking out of their paycheck. They, of course, would welcome an opportunity for actually getting those rates down. Talking to a tax advisor, it's going to be difficult to get them down, but indeed that's what they're facing. But everyone seeks to avoid those high taxes. The flow of funds going to the Cayman Islands is massive. They have the highest number of volume of revenues that are coming into the region. We're doing very, very well because of our program, our per capita income is now ranked number 3 in the entire Western Hemisphere. Setting aside Canada and the USA, which are not members of our peer group, the only other 2 countries in the entire Western Hemisphere, that includes sovereign states, that includes Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and others. We have Panama, which we have actually the Bahamas, which is at the head of the class. Number 2, we have Panama, and the third person in terms of per capita income is St. Kitts and Nevis. That is the significance of the dollar volume of funds that are coming in there. We cannot afford to play with this thing because we do not want the funds to dry up overnight, because if indeed anyone claims that they're taking a bold step and taking this to the Constitution, they will find that the Constitution deals with tax revenues. It deals with value-added taxes. It deals with sales on property and other factors like that. Income levels are very, very important. So those are the factors that you will see actually on the page that actually describes how funds or revenues are allocated. Out by itself on the other side, you will see that single item called the CBI program, which is entered on the budget document as a non-tax item. It is very, very important because it is large because of the significance of this program to investors abroad who are looking for an opportunity for reducing their tax bills. Thank you very much for affording me this opportunity.
Okay, Doc. Nice to hear you. Yeah.
Well, it's important that we get some clarity sometimes from those who understand it a little more, especially for the masses, because in this back and forth sometimes, and with this political, what could I say, political turbulence. We find it difficult sometimes, or some people may find it difficult to get the truth and a clear explanation as to the issues at stake. Is very important to understand, as the doc pointed out, that money from the passport sale are non-taxed, and therefore it occupies a special category, and I think generally that's is very important to understand, because a lot of people tend to mix up that with what is stipulated by the Constitution, but that is basically free from the constitutional what could I say, regulations.
Well, let me just say this. This caller in particular conveniently forget what the modus operandi of the former Prime Minister was, and therefore he labeled it. I told him that conveniently, I didn't use the word conveniently, but he is aware of the modus operandi of the former Prime Minister with reference to the longevity or the continuity of team unity in terms of providing leadership. Tomorrow, this program comes to an end, but tomorrow listen to the Honorable Mark Brantley beginning at 8 o'clock. And therefore, we bid you good night and thanks for all the callers and the listeners. Have a pleasant evening.
Views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Nevis Broadcasting Company Limited or its advertisers.